So today, here we are. I'm with Matt Moore from Tributary Jewelry Services in Cambridge, Virginia. And there's Matt. Hi, Matt.
How you doing?
Great. How are you today?
So far, so good.
All right. Well, this project that we're planning on doing is for Christmas, but today it's July, so Christmas in July.
We've got several months, plenty of time.
Plenty of time, I hope. So what we're going to do, a couple of years ago, a friend of mine went out to Idaho, and she got her first, I think it was her first elk, and certainly a first nice big elk. And she sent me this tusk, and I didn't even know elks had tusks until she told me, and she sent me this. It's kind of like, I guess, a wisdom tooth in an elk. Not really sure the whole story behind that. Maybe we should look it up. But I believe the elk only had 2 of these, and I got one of them, and that's pretty amazing. That's very special, and I appreciated that. But the fact is, it's been just sitting in a drawer of mine, and that's how it would spend the rest of its life, which seems kind of a bit of a waste, at least to me. And one day I'll be gone, and people checking through my estate will come through there, and they'll be, what the heck is that? I don't know, throw it away. And that would be the end of it. So we're not going to do that. What we are going to do is Matt's going to take that, and I brought him a little bit of silver here to get started with, and we're going to take this tusk and this silver, and we're going to combine these two to make something very, very special, I hope, to give back to Shannon for this Christmas. And so that's a secret for now, and it'll remain a secret until well after she's received the gift. But that's where we get started. Matt, maybe you could walk me through a little bit about your shop here and some of the equipment that you have.
Well, something that we'll probably wind up doing with these coins is I will melt them down. They'll be basically just poured out into an ingot form, which I'll be able to run through the milling machine, which will turn it into squares. Just long square wire. And from that, I'll be able to shape that wire into the antlers, like we discussed, and wrap that around the tusk.
Okay. And I'll insert the drawing that you made, kind of the concept drawing that you made and sent me. Now these are 64s. What was the silver content in 64s?
Now this would probably be coin silver. It's not sterling silver, I don't think. It might be 90%.
Okay.
It probably won't need to be alloyed. I'll look into it a little bit more. Just to make sure.
All right.
Most of the stuff I just get commercially is already alloyed to 925 or fine silver. The last coins I used were bullion coins. So
and will this be where it's melted?
Yeah, I'll melt it in this
little
in that crucible.
Crucible.
Yep.
I couldn't think of the word. I was thinking pot.
Yep, it'll be melted in there, and
that's ceramic.
Yep, ceramic. I think
so.
And I'll pour it either into this ingot mold or something close to it.
And that just gives you a good shape to start
just
hammering and forging and shaping and
if I can get it into a cylinder, I can run it through the largest square, and then that'll be
now who cleans your shop for you? Because I'm thinking that there's quite a bit of silver and gold dust on the floors at the end of the day, and
I save the vacuum cleaners.
Oh, okay.
The vacuum cleaner bags, or I put it all away. I save.
Okay, I thought if that job was open, I might want to take it.
You're right. Depending on what I've been doing, it could pay pretty well. If not, you might just be
disappointed.
Taking a lot of dirt.
Okay. So what kind of this is a laser machine?
That is a laser welder. It's got a 10 power microscope on it.
Okay.
It's currently waiting on a power supply part that is on back order. But this does allow me to just hold it in my hand and just kind of zap metal together.
And also, this is a lathe, or this is a
buffing machine?
Buffing and grinding.
Yeah, the buffing machines that are commercially available are really deep and long, and the space that we have here is just limited. So,
right.
I built the box just around a just a grinding machine.
Okay.
And
It's a clever design.
well,
like it.
eventually I'll have a port that'll hook up to that. Right now, I just put the
Oh, okay.
just put the
Dust
vacuum
collection
up to the-
system. Yep.
just to try to keep it as clean as possible. Even
Right.
even with running it, it just gets everywhere.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And you got an ultrasonic cleaner.
Ultrasonic cleaner.
What's the little red crock pot?
That is a pickle pot. I put currently I'm using Sparex acid in there. It takes the heat scaling off of the metal.
Okay.
I'll treat the metal in boric acid, which will absorb most of that heat scaling from soldering, and then if the ultrasonic won't take it off, the acid in that pot will.
Okay. You got an advanced security system over here in the corner.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. And of course your workspace.
Workspace torch.
That little gravel pit over here. What?
That's for annealing. I use that for throwing pieces on there to soften them up. You got to heat them up before they go through the mill.
Okay.
And it softens them so that they will, so that the metal will form to it instead of just splitting.
Right.
Because
I do some reloading, and we anneal the brass.
Yeah.
Where where you keep inserting the brass neck of the case, where you keep inserting the bullet, because over time it gets brittle.
Right. You
Okay.
avoid that feathering. Yep.
Right. Exactly. Okay.
Same principle.
A lot of familiar terms.
It crosses over into so many different industries. You wind up you're measuring things, you're building stuff. So you're in construction.
Right.
You have to, when you're building things, you have to keep in mind that people are going to do what people do. So there has to be some kind of structural integrity to every piece that you make, because
Gotcha.
they're just, people aren't going to think about stuff. They're just going to wear it.
That's true.
Which is
Very
what they
true.
should be doing. They shouldn't have to be worrying about, like, well,
If I bump it, or if
what's going to break on it next.
if I drop it or whatever. Yeah.
So, there's crossovers to other industries.
Right.
Just
Principles. Okay. And I noticed these when I first came in. These tiny little bow saws.
yeah. They sometimes if I'm wanting to cut a seat for a stone, and I'm wanting to get it just get a little bit more, and the Dremel's just not getting in there the way I need to.
Right. Nooks and crannies, and
I can take the saw blade and run it just along top of that stone and kind of cut it just to the same angle of the stone. These are all varying thicknesses of saw blades.
And we actually talked about this tusk. You'll actually
we're gonna cut.
You'll lop off the
Yep.
I guess what you'd call the root.
Yeah, the whole probably.
And make kind of a teardrop shape out of it.
Ideally, we want the back to be as wide and flat as we can, so that when we set it down in there, it stays where we put it.
Right.
And that's achieved just by cutting the back of it off.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, that's a good intro, and I've got you what you need to get started, and I'll let you get started on that and get out of your hair.
Well, maybe you can come on back by when I start firing up the torch on this thing and do the melting and the milling.
Okay. I'd love that.
You can get a video of that.
Just let me know when, and we'll do that. I mean, you're not gonna start today, are you? Or
I don't know.
Okay. Well, just let me know, and if I can't make it, if you can, just take a little bit of video for us, and I think it'll be a cool experience to actually see, what goes into it, and the effort, and the skill and craftsmanship, and that'll give it a little bit better meaning. Is there that coin reminds me? Is there a way to test a coin to see if it's silver, or if it's plated, or if it's other, without damaging it?
There are places that do
like maybe
X-rays.
Okay, X-ray, or like electron microscope or something. Okay.
If it's silver, it has a specific gravity, which means it's supposed to be a certain weight given the size of it.
Okay.
You can
mass density type thing.
You can measure them, weigh them, and if the measurements and the weight line up to what's supposed to be, which
The math works out.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
I
I had a coin that I bought. I think I got it off of eBay. I used to spend a lot of time on eBay just searching for things relevant to the local towns and counties, and because I was kind of just interested in the history of that stuff. I had a coin. It was probably more like a quarter sized, but it was from it looked to be silver, and it was the Clarksville, Virginia Centennial
really
commemorative coin. And I could not find another one or any information or anything about it anywhere.
That you'll have to find. You'd have to find some.
But I gave that a couple of years ago to somebody. Kind of the same theory. None of this stuff is going to be around when I'm gone, and nobody's going to care about it. So I'd rather pass it on to people that can get some enjoyment and use out of it after I'm gone. So I gave it to a young fellow a couple of years ago who's into coin collecting.
You'd have to find some probably old timer in Clarksville that remembered something about
Yeah,
it.
that event or something like that. I don't even remember what the year was. All right. We're going to put another hole in Kennedy's head.
I was going to say something, but I figured I'd let you make that joke.
Yeah, you'll learn as we go along that I don't mind doing stuff like that at all. Wow, that took all of the impurities right off of it, didn't it?
Yeah, it heats it up, but see, that color, that's that fire scale I was telling you about.
Okay, I got you.
There's boric acid in there. That's what's giving you that green color. So that will.
Now, what kind of gases are you using in your torch?
Oxygen and propane.
Okay. What's the melt point there of silver?
I'm not entirely sure.
Just get it hot enough and it melts, right?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Well, our apologies, Mr. President, but you're being repurposed.
That's all right. Nobody out in the retail world would know what to do with it now anyway.
Oh, that's red hot.
Yeah, it gets warm.
Will it keep that kind of reddish cast, or is that just still hot?
It's still hot.
Okay.
It's just that
Oh,
hot.
there it goes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We weren't sure if one Kennedy would be enough, so I brought him two, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, let's see how that.
Probably still a little toasty. Oh, not bad. Huh?
Yeah. That'll actually work its way up. I don't even need to put it in an ingot. It'll work its way on through.
Oh, okay. So what you're talking about is this this roller device. What is this thing called?
It's a rolling mill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a little bit big.
Reminds me of my grandmother's old washing machine. She had a Maytag that she kept out on the porch.
I probably will have to just pour that into the ingot.
Okay, to get it so it'll
Just to
feed
get
through the
there.
mill and not do any damage.
Yeah.
All right,
It's just a matter of getting it to fit in there.
gotcha. And so you just progressively run it through
Just smaller and
each
smaller.
one.
Every few times going through there, heat it on up and get it that cherry
Right.
red color and
Okay.
let it soften up. run it back through. You can kind of feel it, especially as it gets longer.
Mm-hmm.
You get done annealing it, and it almost wants to kind of bend under its own weight. And then you run it through here a couple of times. It's like a piece of
Cool.
spring steel. So.
All right, very good. We're off to the races.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll leave you to your day, and very much appreciate it. And I know, I hope, I don't know, but I hope Shannon will appreciate all this too.
I think she'll.
All right.
Enjoy it.
Sounds great.
All right.
Thank you, sir. I'm back with Matt. We're on day 2. It's been a little while, but we're back together again today. Hi, Matt.
How's it going?
Great. How are you today?
So far, so good.
And we've got our, used to be $50.
Used to be.
And he's getting ready to roll that out into something, into what, a wire form or a rod form?
It's going to be, yeah, just a square piece of, it'll take some shape here in just a second.
Into something that he can make into something he can work with. I wonder if you could shell peas with that thing.
I'm not entirely sure. I won't put anything through it. You don't want absolutely crushed exactly what this is going to do. Yeah, it's starting to take shape.
Oh yeah.
But I'm going to heat it up.
Get another look at that, because I told Matt a little bit ago, if I were walking around somewhere, and it's a little bit shiny now that he ran it through the device there, but I told him a little bit ago before we started, if I was kicking around in a field somewhere and saw that on the ground, I'd probably just pick it up and say, huh, that's interesting, and then throw it back. But it's, what percent silver is the coin silver?
It should be 90%.
90% silver? So, you really got to know what you're doing, or use a metal detector, I guess. Again, this little torch is just oxygen and propane.
Yep. And there again, we're about at the
limit.
About the limit of what it wants to do. This is the biggest tip for it that I've got.
Yeah, that looks kind of warm.
Yep, don't touch it.
So what you're getting ready to do now is, are you just warming it up so you can shape it more, or
yeah,
you
it just anneals it as you run through there. It work hardens it, so it compresses
kind
everything.
of brittle.
Yep, it compresses it, and if you keep doing that, it will crack everywhere.
Okay, so you're just kind of letting the atoms rearrange and get back together.
Yeah, we
Gotcha.
Heat it up. It
annealing.
Anneals it, and quench it too fast, it can harden it too. So it just takes a while.
That's okay. Now it's cooled off a little bit. We're gonna run it through again. Oh yeah, you can tell by this, just the sound, that it's shaping a little bit better now.
Yep. Yeah, and you can
Not
feel
fighting you quite as much.
Now, if I had an ingot mold, I could shorten this process a little bit, but I haven't found one that I like. That's 2 passes through there.
That's starting to take on a
You can see a little crack.
rectangular shape.
See a little
Nice.
crack in there.
Okay.
That's all right.
That'll come back out.
Yeah.
So we're gonna warm it up again, or does it need to cool more?
Oh no, it's cold. Yeah, it's definitely springy.
Have you worked with coin silver before?
Yes.
Okay.
I had some.
That's probably a little bit harder than like flatware.
Yeah, if it's 90, well, yeah, if it's 90%, it would be harder.
Sterling, like knives and forks.
Sterling is
spoons?
92 and a half.
92 and a half.
Now, some of the last coins I worked with were just the bullion coins. They were silver. The Walking Liberty. Silver 1 ounce, and they're $9.99. They're fine silver.
Yeah, I've got some of those there.
So I had to toss some copper into there.
Soften them up.
Well, just to harden them actually.
Oh,
That fine silver
that's right.
is so soft.
Looking more like silver now, or it was.
Yeah, that's that oxidation.
Yeah.
Let that cool for a while now too.
So what's your goal here? How far down do you want to work that? All the way to the finest, or?
Some of it I'm going to work down probably further. At this point, I may take a chunk of it off. I'm going to take a chunk of it
for the larger
off for
parts
just, like,
of the antlers.
Structure. There's going to be
like a backbone type.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to go with a full solid back, or if I'm going to just do a thicker ring, like a bezel ring that'll go around it.
Oh, okay.
Just depends on how that tusk cuts.
Right.
It just depends on where the best place to cut it is, and whether I think it's going to sit flat against a flat piece. Because sometimes that's really nice. Because then you've got a base that it can sit on and it doesn't want to rock or anything.
Right.
Or if it is wanting to kind of have too much of a taper toward the bottom, then we just make a bezel that will kind of cup that and hold it in.
Gotcha.
So we're either going to play off of the flat bottom if there's enough of it, or an angled side just to kind of give it something to nest it into.
Like a little groove or something.
One way or the other. But
Okay.
I think either way.
I love these little saws.
This saw I got. This blade is way too small for this. But the setup on this saw really is a lot nicer and a lot easier on my hands and wrists than some of the other ones that I've used. I should be using a saw blade that's twice as thick so that it would actually cut through straight, but it doesn't.
There it is.
Okay, so now we've got two pieces here, and we'll save this one for the base.
Finer
for the antlers.
Blue is hot and green is hotter.
It's probably for an S.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'll use it to coat things so it doesn't get that fire scale on it. But sometimes that can hold the temper of the metal also.
So if you quench that now while it while it's that hot, it would just almost shatter like glass.
No,
Or
no, it just might not.
it's just not the right thing to do.
Some of them it won't. It'll shock the metal kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of make it harden up a little bit more. We'll just let this sit there and chill for a while.
That reminds me of my days at the candy factory.
Yes.
So I guess in terms of cost effectiveness, it would have been much easier for you to just
Oh, just to order the stuff.
order the wire already drawn out
Yeah.
and do it that way.
It is. Yeah, well, because I mean, there's facilities that do this all day long. And
Right. They mastered all the
hundreds of thousands of dollars of automated
Equipment.
machine work and
Right.
equipment that does this. You know, they're not working with a small torch and a real small. That's about the smallest.
a hand-driven.
Yeah, that's about the smallest rolling mill that you can find. Yeah, it's still pretty warm.
A little bit heavy. Oh yeah, some steam off of it.
Yeah. This piece. Yeah, so we'll want to just cut it across this back area here. You want enough to work with, but you don't want it sitting way too high up above everything. So you kind of want yeah, we'll just see how flat that back gets when we cut it.
Okay. I just had the thought. I went to the dentist the other day, and I wish I'd thought about this while I still had that tusk and was going to the dentist. I could have taken that in and told him I lost a tooth.
This one I'll just flatten it out a little bit.
Oh, okay.
We'll just nudge it in that direction because it's either going to have to be completely flat or it's going to have to be flatter so that it can be that base plate ring.